Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago. And it's 7 p.m. here in New York City. Hello, everybody. This is Mad Dog DeCipio, joined as I am each and every week by the mouth of the South herself, Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman. How are you, Amelia?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. We have a special guest tonight. I hope she doesn't run off like the other one.
Give me 5 minutes, I will.
Uh-oh.
And she's spunky, and we like that around here.
That.
I like that. I like that a lot. Let me tell you what's going on tonight. We got night 2 of America's Best Podcast. What's the Buzz tonight? Speaking to the spirits. And to help us work through this muck and mire is a young lady that calls herself a psychic. Her name is Tara Karen, and we're going to talk about what she does in fullness of disclosure involving stones and gems, and we'll get into that tonight. But speaking of a gem, Amelia,
Yes.
How was your day today?
Hot.
Really? You had fun hot or like hot?
Hot.
Temperature hot.
Temperature hot. It's been too hot here in Florida lately.
That's no fun. I can't talk about that. Oh, it's okay. Let me bring Tara Karen up into the big camera tonight.
Please. Yes.
You're going to spend a lot of time here tonight, kid. Welcome to the show. Welcome to What's the Buzz.
Yes. Welcome. Yay.
Yes. Thank you.
Hold on. Let's welcome you properly. Hold on a minute. Let's
Absolutely.
I got to give you the same welcome that I gave our last night's guest. So let them in, Amelia. Open the door.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, come on in. All right, it's enough. Get them out of here. All right, good stuff. So Tara Karen, you work with stones. Talk to me about the life of a I want to call you what, maybe a gemologist or a gem reader, or how would you describe yourself?
Well, I am a psychic that connects with Archangel Michael. I describe him as the protector of humans and the right hand to God.
Okay.
As far as gems, I make healing gemstones, bracelets, necklace, anklet, keychain, bookmark, and they all have healing modalities to them. And I connect with the client and see what they're interested in.
We'll see how much they heal. We're going to talk about that later. I got a good friend of mine. Amelia knows who he is. His name's Mark Sodkin.
One friend?
Huh?
Just one friend?
Yeah. Good friend. And one friend. I have a friend, and I only need one friend. Of course, Mark Sodkin is the writer, producer, and director of The Golden Girls. Okay. And he's a very dear friend of mine. And Mark has a house full, literally a house full of stones and gems and runes. And he swears and be damned that all of these stones do something different. To which I said to Mark, with love in my heart, poppycock, you're full of shit. It's all bullshit. A stone is a stone, and there's no healing powers to stones. Upon which he scoffed at me and said, well, I like them. And they're pretty to look at, and I will give you that. They are pretty to look at. But let's talk about what you do to, quote, heal somebody with a stone. How does it work? Through the eyes of Tara Karen. How does it work?
So, first of all, did you touch his stones?
Does he trust his stones?
Did you touch his stones?
Did you
Do
touch
I?
them?
Did you touch his stones?
No.
Okay, because if you would have, they would have been cursed. No, I'm just kidding.
They have. No, I'll address that on a serious note if you like me to. I've never touched stones like that. I'm going to tell you why. Not only do I believe that they don't possess any negative energy, I don't believe they possess any positive energy. I've got stones around here, but they're gems, they're jewelry.
Right.
And that's all they are. They're made to look pretty, and they do. And my wife has got 5 jewelry boxes full of gems and stones, and they look gorgeous, but they're not going to heal anyone. They're not going to heal anybody in this house. That's for damn sure. And probably nobody in the Tara Karen household as well.
Well, I do have 2 cats, so you could ask them. I think what it is with
She's funky. I like her.
I love her already. Oh yeah.
One's already plopped out, one's behind me.
Oh,
really?
You got to have some Italian in you somewhere.
No, well, it's. I say I'm Jewish from Brooklyn, which I am. Everyone thinks I'm Italian or Spanish, but no.
Well, no, Jewish is close enough. Look, we're very similar in culture.
True. But I got the attitude, but the good attitude. So really, the first thing really with stones in general is you really want to have an intention. Number one, that you also believe that they have healing properties.
Yes.
That's the first.
Glad you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just got the chills on that. I get chills too. And because you could set your intention to anything. You could set a tree to heal you if you have a headache. You could ground on Mother Nature with earth. The first thing is really believing, being open, being receptive, not blocking. But there are different types of stones helping different ailments, spirituality, could be money, success. What's the purpose? And when I make the jewelry for people, and when they get the jewelry, they tell me how they feel so much better. So it's really releasing things in your body, connecting with them. You could sleep with them. Some of them you could cleanse in the moonlight, in the sun. There's so many different things you could do with stone.
The clear crystals, you can cleanse in the moonlight on a full moon, and then
Well, I'll tell you, Amelia. Here's the thing. You're into that, and I know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to bring you up here and let you ask a question or 3 or 5 or 12 of Tara.
Because I had an amethyst bracelet that I had forever that I had bought because my children, have amethyst for my children, and then I had one for myself, and I had lost it for like the longest time, and I thought, well, maybe it'll come back up to me when I need it again. And I had some issues at work, and then I finally found it, so I cleaned it and real good. But when I felt it, I had all this energy around it. I felt this positive cleansing energy, and I put it around me. And this one couple of days, everything started going my way at work. It could be that, and I felt it, and I believed in it, and it did go my way.
Do you really believe that, Amelia?
I did.
Do you really believe that the physical manifestation of that stone made you feel differently?
I did, because I felt so much energy around this stone when I felt it.
I'm glad you said that, and I'm glad that Tara said what she said a moment ago, because it's etched in my memory like granite. Okay, and I'm not going to tip the hat yet, because I've got something for both of you later.
And then also there was some stones that I bought for my husband because he couldn't sleep, and I asked them, this lady that I go to here locally, and I said, I need some. And she said, these are believed to help people sleep. And I didn't tell my husband about them at all. And so I put him under the bed where he sleeps. And he finally had a decent night's sleep that he hadn't had in a long time. And I didn't give him anything to sleep, no medication, nothing like that. And he finally slept for the long. And he goes to bed normally, and he finally had the best night's sleep ever.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Tara.
Yeah, sometimes stones
respond to my psychotic co-host.
It's not psychotic. They work.
Well, and the thing too is you could put crystals in water. Like I have a crystal thing,
and you'll get a wet crystal.
Exactly. Well, I have one that's encased, but that's also another thing. Just like when you set your intention, there's energy in water, and if you also drink the crystal in the water, not the crystal.
Well, water is, let's talk about that. Now you're talking about something I can absolutely speak on. In fact, I can speak on most of this, but I did so last night and it got me in trouble. So I'm going to let Emil, you do a lot of talking. Here's the thing: water is energy, and it is pure energy. It is the most, literally and figuratively, the most fluid kind of energy on planet Earth, or in the universe, the cosmos, in fact. But it's energy because it never stops. It's always in perpetual motion. The human body, however, is not. It is not. Therefore, there's a disconnect between pure liquefied energy in H2O and that which makes up the human body. So, how can this inanimate object, which possesses no power other than to look really beautiful and maybe make you feel good in your mind, or maybe even in some way, emancipate your heart to feel nice, and light and airy, and that's nothing wrong with that. But to suggest to me or to my listeners that gems in and of themselves possess power, I have to question that. I'm still looking for proof from you.
From you or Amelia?
Look, I'm going to ask the hard questions. Somebody's got to be the dick around here. It may as well be me.
That's okay. So think of it like, say, garlic or turmeric, right? They have healing modalities. If you're familiar with turmeric, right?
That's absolutely proven, yes.
Right. But there are cases out there that are proven, maybe because it hasn't happened to you, you don't believe it.
Well,
and maybe you have your own personal experience.
Here's the question that was asked. Is there really power in crystals, runes, and stones? Let's see what let's see what the science says. The science is crystal clear. Gems like crystal as an alternative treatment is not popular with most medical doctors and scientists, and is considered junk science with no medically healing power. Scientifically speaking, there is no evidence whatsoever that crystal healing can be used to cure disease, because diseases have never been found, ever, not even to this day, have never been found to be the result of a so-called energy flow in the body. Moreover, simply put, scientific studies have shown that crystals, runes, gems, and stones cannot be differentiated by chemical composition or color to treat any particular ailment in the human body. Respond to that, please, Tara Karen.
Well, I just think when you talk medically, they're so quick to just throw you a pill because they make so much money. So that's the thing, is that they probably say, oh, take this to heal yourself, instead of doing it naturally. Right. I just really think it's people's own personal experience. Right. And I'm pretty sure there are stories out there, and maybe anyway, who knows if they were taken down. Who knows? Right. But I feel that, just like it's like the non-believer in something, they become a believer when they have their own personal experience.
Right. And and then salt comes from a stone, and you have to grind it down to become salt. So to make your food taste better, right?
Yeah. Like someone that if they don't believe in God or don't have faith, and then they end up having an amazing spiritual experience, that's their own experience to share with people, to say, this is my own personal experience. This is my belief. But there's definitely so much out there that probably people don't know or see. But do you think crystals would be selling? Do you think there'd be people using it in their everyday life if it didn't help?
Well, I will tell you why they sell, because people are gullible and they'll reach for anything that they think might work. And that's as simple as that. Look, you can't argue with the science.
You can. I'm not an expert, but just like when we were talking about water, Emoto. Okay,
sure.
I don't know if you're familiar with Emoto, with the water and the crystals, and when you talk,
right.
And
I should also say, in the interest of full disclosure, Tara Karen calls herself a life coach. She is not a credentialed life coach, but she is for lack of a better word, a gem healer. She believes in the power of gems, which I will not knock. I'm just bringing the other side to light. There, we have to have both sides on this show. I can't just accept one person's word for it. So I am the devil's advocate on this regard. Amelia, on the other hand, does believe very much in what you do, and that's why you're here. I will open this platform to anybody who wants to make a case for what they do. I may not believe in what you do, but I certainly respect your right to do it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even though I think it's a bunch of poppycock, but that's just my opinion. And like opinions, we all have, what do they say about opinions, They're like assholes. We all have one. Okay. Well,
it's just that
I just happen to have more than anyone
when I
else.
saw her on TikTok, I only caught like the last 2 or 3 minutes of her live. And I don't know. The way she was just walking around and everything and her energy, I just was so drawn to Tara. I was like, oh my God, she has to be on this podcast. I have to talk to her. I only caught like 2 minutes, right, of your podcast, of your live. And I was like, I just felt the energy in her livelihood. I don't know, it was just so powerful that I said, she could be doing the violin. And I have to have her on this podcast because I think she has a message to tell everyone, and I want everybody to be around to talk and for her to tell what she's about, because I think she has a lot to tell people. And I said,
I'm not in any way disparaging Tara. I like her. She's witty and sharp, and she's putting up with me, which takes a lot of doing. But I want to make clear, crystal clear.
Yeah, you can't use a crystal clear.
I want to make it crystal clear that there is no reputable, credible science. By the way, the reports I've read were from Cleveland Clinic and the Mayo Clinic, two of the most respected in the world, not just this country. So I take what they say with some reverence. We have a question in our chat. Let's see who's up here.
I think that's probably just for you, but
Ironclaw. Oh, hey, man, dog, love the show. We'll be bringing back the Matrix. Yes, we will. Absolutely, we will. We are actually planning right now, Ironclaw. We're doing We're doing a 3-part episode of the Matrix and Mandela, and what it's called, Matrix, Mandela, What Lies Beneath. And we're going to tell you why this whole charade, and that's essentially what it is, why this whole charade was created. But I'm not going to tip the hat right now. Amelia.
Yes.
I'm going to let you come up here. You are up. So talk to Tara. Questions about gems and healing and all the wonderful stuff she does.
Yes, absolutely. I was noticing that you have this real beautiful necklace that you have, and I see, do you make them uniquely for certain people or what they ask for?
Yes. So it's really a combination, but I always make what spirit guides me to, and then I post it on social media, and then I sell it. So everything I have is basically sold. But I'm starting to get more into putting herbs and little crystal chips in them, because I'm also starting to get into candle magic as well.
Oh,
I have a question for you, Tara. Since when was it the notion of the predecessors in healing to make money from what you do? None of your predecessors, like Nietzsche and Eisenberg and people like that, they never took money. They were Reiki healers. They were alleged gem healers. They worked as psychics and mediums. They never took money. When did the whole financial thing, and I'm being very serious, when did the whole financial thing take hold?
For me or for people in general?
For your profession in general.
Well, when I started 7 years ago, I did it free my first year to build trust, relationships, and connections on Instagram.
And good for you, and I applaud you for that.
Yeah.
When did the money come in?
Was
it out of necessity?
No.
Okay.
But I do it because I love helping people. And when I go live now on all platforms, I don't charge for doing my reading.
She doesn't.
And to be honest, when you say I'm a gem healer, I'm more of a psychic The gem, when you say gem healer, I make healing gemstones and I infuse and manifest into them what my client wants.
Okay.
But if you want to talk more about what I do on the larger scale, it's doing readings. It's being a
Okay. So
psychic.
the next
Yeah.
question is, can she really speak to the dead?
I don't speak to the dead who has passed
Okay.
because I'm not a medium, but I connect with spirit guides
Okay.
who connect with the client that I'm with. So I don't connect to people who have passed.
And you can do that at will?
Yes.
You're the only person in the history of mankind that can do that then.
Well, I can
Because
say
it
a
can't
lot,
be
but
done.
they're
It
holding
can't
back.
be done. It
Well,
cannot be done.
when you're saying at
Who are your
will,
spirit guides? Anybody I might know?
they don't want to know you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't like you.
I don't care. I think you're
I
full
love
of
her
shit. I
spunk,
like you.
don't you?
You're
I love her
you're very
spunk. I
entertaining.
love her.
You're very entertaining. I like that, but I think you're full of shit. But I think you're very, very entertaining.
Do you ever, if anybody comes to you locally, do you ever smudge them if they ask for a
Yeah.
smudge?
So I have
The
things.
question is important. It's an important question. Can she speak to the dead? It's
I already
important.
answered you, and I said no because I'm not a medium.
The other question that arises is, can dead people communicate with us?
Absolutely.
Different question. And we both agree on that answer.
Yeah, you could see,
Yes.
a feather, a dime. You could see a vision. You could hear something. You could be nudged in the middle of the night. I actually had my own experience.
Tell us. We
Yes,
want to know.
please.
I'm waiting with bated breath. I want to know.
So I was dating someone, and in the middle of the night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I looked up and I saw this torso, and it was a Caucasian guy and he had a hat on. And the next day I asked the guy that I was dating and I said, tell me about the guy. Well, I told him what the guy looked like. And I said, was this your buddy? I think it was the Army or Navy, who unfortunately died in a crash. I just got the chills.
Oh,
Who died
wow.
in the crash? And he said, yes, that's exactly what he looked like. So he came
Right.
to me. First experience ever that I saw someone that had passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Amelia, question.
Yes. Yeah, I also was going to ask you, and also with the people that have passed on and everything. And I know that you could feel and touch them because I felt my grandmother as well. You could feel your loved ones, right, as soon as they've passed, right, as well. It's like a certain person. You could.
Well, it depends. It depends where they've gone to. Some people can stay between heaven and earth, like purgatory, like maybe they don't know they've passed. Maybe they're not ready to pass. Maybe they need to be led to pass. And again, I'm not the expert on dead people,
Right.
but I just know that basic information. And you can choose to come back to reincarnate or not. You could be up there helping out. It's like Earth is a school.
Right.
We elevate, and we go to different levels and different dimensions.
Boy, are you putting out a bunch of dangerous information.
Okay.
Also, I was going to ask you as well.
Hold on, Amelia. I'm jumping in on this one. I got
Jump on it.
Because this is dangerous ground here. You cannot choose to reincarnate. You absolutely cannot choose. It's chosen for you by the Almighty. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, dead people absolutely communicate with us at their leisure and discretion, not ours. Number two. Number three, if anybody tells you that they can call upon spirit at will, they're a fucking liar, and they're the only human beings on planet Earth that can do so. And I don't believe that. And no one, and I have a lot more credential than you do, because I am a certified, licensed life coach and facilitation coach, by the way. And Amelia, you've seen my paperwork.
Yes.
Okay. And what does that have to do with spirituality?
It has nothing to do with spirituality. We're not talking about spirituality. We're talking about physiology. There's a disconnect between the physical and the spiritual. That's why the spiritual isn't physical. But the thing that connects us all at the intersection is spirit. Human beings are innately spirit creatures in a physical form. You've heard it said before, oh, identify with my spirit animal. You've heard that term before? That
Yeah.
everybody has a spirit animal?
Mm-hmm.
I want to let you come up here. Tell everybody, Tara, what a spirit animal is.
Let me ask you a question first.
Go
okay?
right ahead.
I was not really prepared for this podcast to be in this direction. And
I
it
know.
feels like I was brought on to either be
I'm
ridiculed.
asking you hard questions. I'm not.
No. But what is the purpose of this podcast? To make people be embarrassed, be uncomfortable,
To bring
make them not know
information
what
to
they're
the
talking
masses.
about? What's the purpose of
To
this?
bring information to the masses.
Uh-huh.
I asked the hard questions. You knew that going into this. I said that before we went on the air.
Yeah, but it's like
And in full disclosure, I said that. If
Yeah.
you're uncomfortable, I can arrange for you. You know, I can step out of this if you like to talk to Amelia. If you're,
Yeah, I mean, to
are you
me,
better with
Amelia
that?
brought me on because she enjoyed my personality on TikTok.
Okay, well, I'll
And-
tell you what, Amelia, take care.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I have never, like, this is so, I'm like speechless. Like, you brought me on here
Right.
to enjoy. This is so not fucking enjoyable, and I never, ever curse.
Right.
And it's like, I feel like my, like, credibility, reputation, like, this is so wrong.
I understand.
You know, I'm not a gem healer. I never said I was. I thought we'd be talking about psychic stuff. And it's like, I won't be spoken to a certain way. It's like, I feel like whatever I say, he will come back and bash. Why don't you talk about what I do, what I know, what I believe, my own personal experiences? And I'm not here to come off at you, Amelia, but like
No.
you asked me to come on here in my, you know, free time, and I'm doing this for free.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, you're so sweet and kind, but like
every guest we have comes on for free. We don't pay anyone. We never
okay,
have.
I thought you were jumping off.
Well, it's my show. I can jump back on. I want to read this, not to go off topic, but I love the way you guys exposed those two bozos last week who were on as phony ghost hunter.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right.
Yeah. That was important because, again, people put their trust in people like you.
I'm jumping off.
No, wait, don't.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. All I did was ask questions. I asked her to explain, and she couldn't. Okay? You can't handle the heat. Get out of my kitchen. Simple. Yeah. Okay, Amelia.
Yes.
I'm proud of you. You done good. All right, let me do a commercial, and then we're going to get back here.
Jess wanted to start a business when something surprising happened.
Today, I'm going to teach you how to crochet.
She started crocheting, like a lot. And her friends noticed.
Jess, you need to sell those.
So she signed up for Shopify and started building her business.
Yes, I love that.
And after a lot of hard work, this happened.
Oh my gosh, I just made my first sale!
You see, every day, hundreds of businesses get their first sale on Shopify.
We got dings!
And the next could be you. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life
and become your own boss,
build it on Shopify.
We are back with What's the Buzz, America's Best Podcast. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio, joined as I am each and every week by Amelia the Pitbull Chapman. How are you, Emil?
Big good. How are you?
Good. That's the second time in 2 days. I love
2
it.
weeks, actually.
Although
and it's on a Tuesday, too. It seems like Tuesdays are not our good days.
Yes, that's the second Tuesday walkout we have. Guess what? Goodbye and good riddance, okay?
Walkout
you can't
Tuesdays.
handle the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Seems
by
like that's
the
what
way,
your friend Iron Claw said.
Iron Claw. I love you, Iron Claw. You're a welcome guest here anytime.
That's what he said on the can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. He said,
Not to go off topic, but I love how you guys exposed those two bozos last week that were on as phony Ghostbusters. Yeah, now I had a woman there as a phony psychic. Amazing.
Those two even
And had
commented
the
again.
balls to call herself a life coach. She is neither licensed nor credentialed as a life coach. Let me say that emphatically, because I've got the screenshot where she calls herself a life coach. She is not. She's a corporate recruiter that works in the medical profession. That's what she does. Tell me if I'm lying at any time. Am I lying?
No. The Paranormal Society too, you got on their nerves again because the next day they made another post for like an hour, no, a minute and something saying, yeah, we were on that podcast again the other day and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
that's right. Keep telling them, Iron Claw, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
And so that you're in their heads. I haven't seen them make another post, but you were in their head again for like another day.
Look, here's the deal. Okay. I am not now, not ever going to apologize for doing my job. My job is to ask the hard, tough questions. If you don't have the balls to hang with me, then go play tiddlywinks in your living room and pretend to be a psychic. Okay? I renounce, I'm publicly right now, I renounce ever calling myself a psychic. Okay? I'm embarrassed of the profession. I'm embarrassed of it. I want nothing to do with psychics. And by the way, I have just during the commercial canceled every psychic we had coming up, including Michelle Barry. Sorry, Michelle, but you're out.
And Angelo's going to have a third book coming out, but we're not going to tell anybody yet what it is about, but we're going to have a third book coming
working
out.
on it. Mm-hmm. Working on it. We'll talk about that. Don't tip the hat, Neil.
No, we're just going to
we talk about, don't give them a heads up.
I ain't going to say nothing else, but anyway, it's just that,
now
a lot of
get them all excited. I'm going to get emails. Angela, what are you talking about?
Too bad they ain't gonna find out. But anyway,
exactly, right.
we're gonna we want to have some upcoming shows. Probably bring back some wrestling shows. Maybe bring.
We're doing. No, we will not. Absolutely not.
No.
No, we will not. Absolutely not.
Sorry, folks. But anyway, we're talking about.
Here's the way it's going to be. Let me make sure people understand the chain of command here. Amelia is my producer and co-host. That's all she does here. Okay, she doesn't book the shows. She does occasionally get a guest when they're agreeable to come on.
Oh, boy, that was...
Which is getting harder and harder for Amelia to do. I make the final decisions as to who comes on here. Okay, I thought it would be fun. And people, see, Iron Claw represents 90% of our viewers. I love the honesty. Most hosts ask softball questions. Mad Dog, keep it going. Absolutely, my friend Iron Claw. Absolutely.
We have to have the good and the bad, right? The yin and the yang. So.
Well, you're the yin and I'm the yang.
Yeah.
I'm certainly the yang for sure.
You have to have good and the bad. Bad cop, good cop.
Let me make this clear, though. It's really important that we do this.
Yes, of course.
Amelia and I rarely discuss what we're going to talk about on the air.
Yeah.
Rarely.
We'd never ask any questions to anybody ahead of time.
We never ask questions ahead of time. I never say to Amelia, ask this. No. She never says to me, Mad Dog, ask that. That's not how we roll.
No.
Whatever she asks comes from her. I know going into this, Amelia, like she's into the gems and the crystals, and that good for her. And I've never put you down for it.
No.
Okay? I did not put that woman down. All I simply did, and you heard me do it, all I simply did was I read from the medical journal of the Mayo Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Medical reports on how crystals are junk science.
Right.
And the heading was, let me make it crystal clear.
Right.
Okay? And that was the heading.
That's a weird heading.
Okay? Understand something, folks. This is what I do. This is what Amelia does. We're here every week. If people don't, we're not going to play softball. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And if people want that, I got to just tell you, you might want to go to someplace else. Go watch a wrestling podcast. Okay, go watch Tara Karen pretend to be a psychic. Okay, because I don't really give a shit. All right,
Go watch.
I don't care.
What was its name? Something Pharaoh. Something. Go make fun of other people. As long as it's not.
Yeah, go make fun of some other people. Here's what we're going to do. Amelia and I are going to tell you an important message from the National Substance Abuse Hotline.
Yeah.
1-800-662-4357. 1-800-662-4357, or simply dial 1-800-662-HELP.
Yeah.
If you have a substance abuse problem, if you have a problem, you're taking pills and you can't stop, dial 1-800-662-HELP. 1-800-662-4357. If you are a problem drinker, if drinking is becoming a problem for you, if partying is becoming a 24-hour-a-day thing, then you're not a partier, you're an alcoholic. So, Alcoholics Anonymous at the national number is 1-800-839-1686. 839-1686. That's 1-800-839-1686. AA. There's a meeting going on right now in your town somewhere.
Somewhere, anywhere. Yep.
Cocaine Anonymous is called CAWSO. CAWSO. It's Cocaine Anonymous World Service Office. They're based in Southern California around Los Angeles, but it's a national number. There are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your help, to take your call and give you help. It's 310. Again, this is a California number. 310-559-5833. That's 1-310-559-5833. And finally, Narcanon. 1-818-773-9999. That's Narcotics Anonymous. Narcanon is another one that has a chapter in your town. They're all over the United States. Narcanon is 1-818-773-9999. Okay. Amelia.
Yes.
We're back.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Oh, it's been a long day for me, though. It's just like earlier, I didn't really want to talk a lot.
Guess what? We got a short show tonight.
It's just that, I thought we were going to have a longer show, but I've had to deal with the people with the rehab center and it's just, to leave a review, you have to leave a little star. And I'm like, I had to leave a star.
What we're going to do? You just reminded me of something. You just gave me an idea. We're going to talk about what medical schedulers go through on a daily basis, because that's got to be a horrible job when you're dealing with like angry patients all day long.
Well, this one is just dealing with people to even do something, a staff from a rehab place to even do something. They take 30 minutes just to help one person. What if they're like soiled themselves or if fallen?
Listen to me. Hold on. I know. Don't listen to me. Don't get aggravated. We've already had one.
No, I mean, it aggravates me.
We've already had one.
Lazy asses.
Hold on there, kid. Hold on. Relax. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a show one day. We're going to do a show on what you do and how people like you all over the country are frustrated. Your job is to help people. And we're going to tell people how your hands are tied. Because I know a little bit about what Amelia does, like her job, because we talk about it sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't do that. I would have to like reach through the phone and choke somebody out.
I've almost wanted to so many times.
I know, really?
And there might be another job offer in mind that I might get, but it's a little bit till like 4:30.
Don't tip the hat. Don't tip the hat.
But
don't tip the hat.
I want. It's going to be a good one, but it's going to be more toward also other places that I want to talk about. and I get so much anger out. I'm gonna have so much fun on the show. It might be a two-parter.
All right, listen to me. All right, I'm gonna take the little camera here.
Okay.
Because I want people to look at you and they can calm down looking at you. If they look at me, they get aggravated.
Oh dear
So
Lord.
that's why I'm on the little camera, so they have to squint to see me. They look at Amelia; she's a lot better looking than I am. So look at the difference. Look at the difference. Anyway, so here's what I want to say.
Mhm.
This is as close to an apology as you'll ever get from me.
Okay.
So hear me out.
Mhm.
We bring people on the show. Tara asked the question,
Mhm.
what is the purpose of this show? That was exactly what she said.
Mhm.
What's the purpose of this show? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to make people look bad? No. I'm trying to educate my audience. I want them to know that there are people like Tara out there that are phony balonies. And I don't want my audience and people out there getting hurt by a phony psychic, by a phony life coach that's not even licensed or credentialed. Okay?
Right.
That's a problem for me
Correct.
because people get hurt and
Yeah.
people kill themselves over something that a psychic might say. This is not a victimless thing, folks. This is real. This is real. People die because of something a psychic might say or a life coach might say. So don't tell me that this is, oh, nobody's getting hurt. Yeah, people are getting hurt.
Right.
I'll never again, mark my words, I will never again in the history of this show do another show about psychics. I renounce them. I renounce my gift as a psychic. I completely throw it away. I don't even want to be referred to in that regard. So don't ever bring it up again. Understood?
Yes.
Okay.
Understood.
Good. Because I'm pissed the fuck off. Got me fired up. Iron Claw, they got me fired up, bud. They got me fired the fuck up. But you hear what he said? Look.
Yeah, of
I
course.
love the honesty. Most hosts ask softball questions. That's not what I do.
No. You said in the beginning you were going to ask the hard questions.
Iron Claw says the problem with most of society is no one is asking anything. You're right. No one questions anything, Iron Claw. Oh, and he says, thanks for speaking up, Mad Dog. Oh, brother, you don't have to thank me. I'm the voice of the little guy. This platform, this is my gift. Okay? This is what God gave me to do. Okay? That's what God gave me to do. To speak the truth. And you're going to get a lot more of it, even at my own expense, by the way. You're going to get it. Anyway, Amelia, what do we got coming up next week? Don't tell me there's a psychic.
No, actually.
What we got? What's next week? Next week is 4th of July.
We're going to be off that week.
We are off that week.
So we're going to be showing some shows, some reruns.
We are off. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell everybody. Hold on a minute. Because we got a couple things going on in July, man.
Yeah. July 3rd, we're going to be showing, and July 4th, we're going to be showing some rerun shows that we're really excited that we did. So
we're doing reruns over the next couple of weeks because Amelia and I are taking a summer sabbatical. That's a fancy word, means we're taking some time off because we have new shows coming up and we got to get this shit together.
Yeah,
and the only time we have to do it is now.
Right. And one reason is because it's the 4th of July. And the other reason is because it's the host with the most birthday coming up as well.
Yeah,
so I'm making him take that day off.
Right? My birthday. All right. Now, October, we were supposed to have 3 days of psychics. Well, they're gone now.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing any psychic shows anymore. Never, ever again.
And you
So,
mentioned that word, I didn't.
and Michelle Barry, who I was really looking forward to talking to. Sorry, Michelle, you're a nice lady, but I gotta say
But
goodbye.
actually, July 11th is when we're going to be doing a show, a brand new show. It's going to be Boy in the Box. It's going to be a show that I've been passionate about, that I've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah, you've been wanting to do it. Can I ask you a question? Let's talk about that. We
Yeah.
got about 20 minutes or so. That's
Mhm.
a subject Amelia has probably at least 5 or 6 times.
Mhm.
You've talked to me about that. You've been
I
wanting to
did.
do this Boy in the Box. I have to ask you, what is so compelling about that story that that grabs you?
Giving him some justice, giving him a proper burial, just getting him as a parent. Me, something like that was to happen to my child, I would want to know who, and why, and who,
Right?
how it happened, and
Yeah, I
you
would
know,
too.
not just
We
known as
should
the
tell
unknown
people that
child, unknown boy.
we should tell people we're trying to reach out to the siblings of the Boy in the Box. I have reached out. I have not received any information yet. There hasn't been a yes or a no or nothing yet.
Correct.
So, but if they, as soon as we get some kind of answer, we got somebody new in the chat room named Charlie. I guess they say Charlie.
Kelly,
Hello,
hello.
Charlie. Who are you and where'd you come from? And it's your first time here, I guess, right? So, I guess, right? Is that? I
Right.
hope I said her name right, Charlie.
And I think it's because I've been like, unsolved mysteries kind of person. I've always wanted to solve.
Right.
Maybe I've always wanted to be a detective kind of thing and lift up the rock. If they say don't lift it up, I'm going to lift up the rock. You know what I mean?
I had a mouthful of coffee.
Or I'm the type of
Amelia,
person that says don't open the door. Well, I'm going to open the door. So
Amelia, the next time I have a cup of coffee in my mouth, like a full mouthful, please don't say something funny like I want to be a detective because I like nearly choked. Okay.
well, I want to keep this
I still
silent.
have some coffee lingering here in my throat trying to go down. I
And
never expected that to come out of your mouth. Holy
well,
shit.
the inquiring minds want to know, but in a good way, the truth.
Well,
And,
yeah.
and so it's always intrigued me when I found out about that story, that it's been unsolved for 30 something years, and you know, getting him something to, now that we know his name, and I wanted to find out what happened, who and why, and
Yeah.
more information because he deserves.
It really is a very sad case, a
Yes.
very compelling case. We don't know if we think we know what happened. We don't know for sure.
Yeah.
That's why it's critical that
Mhm.
we bring the siblings on because they're alive to tell the story.
Right. And it's here and here mainly, and it's like something
Yeah.
he
We
deserves.
think the Boy in the Box may have been kidnapped or sexually. We know that he was sexually abused. He was beaten beyond recognition. We don't know if it was the parents or one parent that did it, or whether he was taken away from the home and this happened. We don't know. That certainly the brother and sister that are still alive, and by the way, they're in their late 60s, early 70s. So, and they're not young people. So, and that's part of the problem that we're having is that, they've lived with this so long, they may not want to talk about it.
Right.
And that was already said to me by somebody. They said, Angelo, this is like a really old story for them.
Yeah.
And it's, and they finally got closure.
Mhm.
I don't think they want to talk about it. I said, well, I need to know. If they do, that's okay, and we'll be gentle and we'll be respectful. And if they don't, I need to know.
Right. We're still
You
gonna
know?
run with the story though, because to get him some closure, and I think he deserves that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Amelia. I
Mhm.
absolutely agree with you. So listen, we are going to we're going to say goodbye tonight till from you won't see us for a couple of weeks. So why don't we do this? We're going to leave this with be well, be happy, have a good 4th of July. I will enjoy my birthday, God willing, and the creek don't rise. And I'm sure Amelia will break my chops. That's what Amelia does. And we will see you in a few weeks again.
Yes.
Lord willing, we'll be here. Okay.
Yes.
On behalf of Amelia Pitbull Chapman, I'm Angelo Mad Dog DeCipio, and we'll see you next time. Take care, folks.
Yes.